Good evening. We are technically just exiting the afternoon and getting into evening. So I thought about it, and I thought I would just freestyle this because I can't come up with an idea. For some reason I was thinking about university and the degrees and everything. Me personally, I have never been. I've been, but I've never been enrolled in a university. Um, I uh, I have enrolled into college. When I was 18, I started a program called Hospitality and Tourism, which I left after a few weeks. I just I don't know. I just didn't really see the point of going. And then I tried to. A year or two after that, I tried going into. It was called. It was a fitness program, which is not bad at all. When I did it, I was like skinny. I was in really good shape prior to that, but I had stopped doing everything. And really, it was just like I was just trying to move with life, even though I was pretty much an immovable object or a non moving object, like an object in place. I was just trying to move, and, like, to be very honest, nothing made sense to me. Um, I couldn't make sense of anything, and eventually, I just went into this men's footwear sales job at the Hudson Bay, which was part time, and did that for about 6 7 months before getting a valet job, which I did full time for like 6 months. But I mean, I can't say I didn't have fun. But I think that's the only thing I really cared about. I only cared about having fun because I tried this whole discipline thing, doing focusing on academics or focusing on whatever and being all disciplined and um, it didn't really work out for me. I mean, it just got to the point where I felt dumber from reading too much. And yeah, I really did feel dumber. So I got that valet job. And every day I was just moving, I was on the move. And really, I was just having a lot of fun. And I'd say that was probably the best part of these last 30 years was was pretty much that job. I mean the fun I had out in and out of work during that time. I mean, it was spring to fall, so I had did have a lot of fun and a lot of experiences. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't carry it anymore. It just didn't seem fun to me anymore. And I wanted to move on to something else. I guess you could say I pretty much completed the introductory level one to having fun as an adult. And after completing that, I just, after 6 months, it was just I had enough and I needed to move on to something else. I went into something I call unconventional sciences, which nobody can really say that it's official. I came up with it myself, and I decided to do everything myself. And I thought that I would lead my life in these unconventional sciences. And I would not have a job, but I would work temp jobs for one day, 1 to 5 days, get some cash that would help me move forward in this unconventional science, as so I called it. That led me to a world of figuring things out like this, and it led me to an unconventional world which I didn't know existed. I truly thought that Harry Potter was a fake movie and that everything in Harry Potter was fake. And then I find out, like, wow, there's like this other side of life that I didn't know existed. And at this point, I found out that it's so common too. And the fact that I was just coming into it new is funny to me. But I realized why my like it wasn't I take like yeah the moment I started doing those sciences, and then I robbed that bank, and then I just started moving into this unconventional world. and then just finding out as much as I could. I wanted to find out, but it wasn't about really finding out only. It was just kind of to see what was going on on this side of the world. Moving on with that, over the last couple of years, it became, I mean, it was just to the point where I really found out 100% about my family history, about genetically, and who I was. I used to think that I always had a stupid logical answer for everything that was illogical, because I really lived in the realm, I call it the realm of the human world. And I really lived like a human in the realm of the human world. And I thought everything was stupid outside of science and outside of what was obviously submitted, like in official books, official news, official studies. I thought that was the reality. And I lived in that reality for a while. But after finding out kind of who I was literally in every sense, and what kind of life I was in, and what kind of person I was, and obviously now having a presence and everything. But it was then that everything came into understanding. I mean, I had a lot of regrets. I had a million regrets. And then I looked back and I went, what the hell did I have regrets for? I did a phenomenal job. I mean, with what I was given and what I had to deal with in the situation, it was like I really did a spectacular job in my life, and I didn't understand the level to the changes or the effect I had until now. I thought I was like below ordinary and below par, and I was happy about that. I always was proud to be a lazy person, a lazier worker, looking for always the easiest methods versus actually putting in time and hard work. And being put in a position where I had nothing but time and no option but to become stronger led me to this, to this point, which is a point which I pretty much started with and was a part of. But I really think that childhood, being a baby, I think it just changes everything. I mean, you cannot expect, for example, you cannot expect a baby to be as powerful as like a very powerful man. You know what I mean? You cannot expect a baby to being in that genuine baby form. I mean, you gotta be vulnerable and whatnot. Yeah, you can have edges or you can have things that you're good at, but you are a vulnerable being as a baby, as a toddler. That's what you are. And you have, and if you don't have somebody constantly teaching you, instructing you, building you, and you don't have those experiences, you're gonna find that, I still look back at it now, and I know before I never believed that this would be possible, that I would be able to be a present individual person in this world. I literally thought that for the span of my life, that I would be this ghost, and I would continue to live like this forever. But genuinely starting off as a baby and genuinely going through experiences and then genuinely finding my way changes me today. I mean, I'm in a better situation today than had I stayed the way I was. And that's attributed to this journey that I went through. And I went through that journey being very uncannily just having no real life experience or no real life perspective. I mean, I literally believed everything they told me in school. I literally believed everything I read, and I love to read. And yeah, I was a big book reader, and then I switched to reading online. At some point, at some age, I thought maybe the computer was a little bit more beneficial than books. But I mean, that's what it is. Like you gotta start somewhere to go to somewhere else. You know what I mean? And I have no regrets as of now, because I realized that the end result, which is a beginning result at the same time, was really good. So I got no complaints about that. Now Look, I'm not out of the woods by any means yet. I am still dealing with challenges. I still have to deal with challenges in order to grow. You just have to, right? I don't like negativity, and I wish I could be an all positive being in an all positive world, but I don't think that exists. So it's not really possible for me to be in that, to be able to do that. Um, which means I think the world is, if you were really to put it into perspective, it's half negative, half positive, and you got to swim through both of them, or drive through both of them, however you want to put it. Moving forward, I like where I'm going. There are times, I gotta be honest. I was like a tomb, like a stone in the ground and unmovable. And now I'm like actually on the move, and I have no idea who or where I'm gonna be. In like just a short little time, in a short little while. It's just crazy like that. But in French they say "c'est la vie," and I'm sure they say something in Spanish too. But moving forward, that's just what it is. I don't feel bad because I've seen animals go through challenges too, and if animals can go, you see any kind of animal goes through birth and growing up and everything. It's just like that's the nature of the planet. It doesn't matter who you are. You gotta go through the nature of the planet. You are never exempt from anything on this planet. That's what I learned. No one is exempt, and there's no being, like even dogs and animals. They all have a journey, and they all, what I mean. They're all living for real, and this is just what this earthly experience is, and I've realized that. But I don't measure anything by how hard or how challenging it is. Rather, I look at it as, well, now I look at it as the journey is definitely worth it. It is one with interest. It is one with surprises, and I'm not expecting where you're gonna be later or what things are gonna be like. But if there's one thing I learned in over 30 years of being a ghost, is that I can pretty much go through a lot, and I can still push forward regardless, and that I'm able to do that, and I've always have been. So now that I'm on like the level of the planet, like everyone else, to be very honest, it's way easier than what I was on before. I robbed the fucking bank, man. And you know what I mean? And I did a lot, and even before that. But the point is that at this point, that's all I gotta say. This started as a freestyle, and that was all I had on me as a freestyle. And I'm gonna post it up and say good evening.